saw the look in his eyes, and she knew better. He wanted her tonight.
Hello there. Today I'd like to try something a little bit different. Usually when I make videos for YouTube I just concentrate on pedals, but for a change I thought I would concentrate on a guitar, and it's this one here. It's my Van Halen Frankenstein sort of handmade DIY guitar that I built last year. I've had a few people asking about it, so I thought I could make a short video just to let you see the guitar, tell you a little bit how I made it, and also I'd like to plug it into some Van Halen type effects. I've got an Echoplex here and a Phase 90 phaser. I thought it would be fun to plug this into a Marshall and have a listen to how it sounds. So this is my attempt then to copy Edward Van Halen's original Frankenstein guitar that he built entirely from parts for a few $100s back in the day, and obviously created a big scene with that. I started off by using an ash body. I suppose the first thing to talk about here is the paint job. I tried to copy the original Frankenstein paint job as close as possible. I spray it black first, then put the tape around, then spray white over the top to get the black and white graphic that you can see on the cover of the first Van Halen album. And then after that Edward sort of scratched it up a bit and wrapped more tape around and sprayed the red paint over the top, and that's exactly what I did to get the same effect. I just studied a load of photographs to try and get it as close as possible. If I zoom in a little bit, you'll see another thing to talk about as well is the routing where the pickups sit. It's obviously very uneven. It was probably done by Edward himself without any router template or anything like that, but you can see how messy it is to try and look exactly like his. That was again the result of studying loads of photographs. The humbucker there is it's a Seymour Duncan / Path, which does a nice sort of impression of a medium gain Gibson Path, similar to what Edward would have. There's a Strat type pickup selector jammed into the middle there, which isn't wired up. The guitar only has one single humbucker. The switch, you can see there, does nothing, and the single coil is just is also redundant. That's just wired in for looks. There's the little bit of double-sided foam tape there that Edward used to stick his plectrums on. That's a copy of that. You can see that sort of gunk on the upper horn of the guitar. That's on Edward's. Apparently it's a result of some years of gaffer tape and just horrible leftover glue, so I had to try and replicate that. You can see the hooks that attach the guitar strap with the sort of dog lead sort of strap locks, if you like, included there. The same one single volume control arrangement. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but on Edward's guitar he doesn't have a volume knob, he has a tone knob, and I think the big joke was when you turn the volume up you get a good tone, which is why he had that. Then we've got the original Floyd Rose chrome tremolo system, and the 1971 quarter, which Edward used to have screwed onto his guitar to act as a kind of a lock to stop the tremolo arm from pulling up, and then eventually I think he just moved that out of the way, so it's just positioned there. But that's the same year 25-cent coin, and the input socket, which I had to that's a brand new socket, but I managed to rust it by using a 9-volt battery and dumping the thing in some salt water solution. It's a little trick you can do to get premature rust. The neck is again a brand new maple Strat neck, but I managed to sand most of the varnish off to make it look aged. And the headstock has the same cigarette burns as Edward's guitar. That was done with real cigarettes. And the lock and the string tension bar there, just like the original, and there's a Van Halen pick. So that's how the front looks. This is the rear of the guitar then, and you can see immediately it features the same bicycle reflectors that Eddie has stuck on his guitar. some blue paint here, which is to replicate, apparently according to folklore, I think he studied his guitar against a flight case that had some wet paint on the flight case, and he ended up with some blue paint on his guitar. One of the basic reflectors is broken on Edward's guitar, so I tried to copy that. You can see there, there's a huge brass sustain block which I added onto the Floyd trem. Edward has a similar one. I think this is actually a little bit bigger, and that's all adds a lot more muscle to the tone of the guitar. Some white gaffer tape behind the springs there. Again, all very similar sort of way to the paint. I tried my best to replicate that. There's me. Yeah, again, I took the varnish off the back of the neck. The locking nut is rear loaded, and there's some shallow machine heads just like Edward's guitar. The wrench holder there for the 2 Allen keys, I added that on myself. I don't think Edward has that on his guitar, just put that on there for convenience. But yeah, that's about it. It did take quite a while to try and get a lot of the details. It's probably not 100% right, but it looks the part and it sounds nice, so we're going to hear how it sounds now. Okay, I've got the guitar plugged into a 100-watt Marshall head through a 4x12 cabinet, and this is a vintage modern head which does a really nice impression of an old plexi, like the type of Marshall that Edward would have used. I'm going to switch it into higher dynamic range and you'll hear a bit of noise. But this is the amount of gain we've got. And you'll notice that the guitar cleans up when you turn the volume down as well. I'm going to add in a little bit of reverb now as well, put the reverb on about half. Next I'm going to add in an old Echoplex which has a single repeat. It sounds like this. Finally, an MXR Phase 90.